The Episcopal Fund for Human Need supplies critical needs to families who are in pretty much dire straits. We are able to provide a 4-day supply of food, or we're able to keep them from being evicted, or we're able to help them with their electricity or their gas costs. These are things that if we didn't help them, they would either be on the street or would be evicted in some other way.
The Episcopal Fund for Human Need has been around since the 90s, and it is a lifeline for those in need in our community. The mission of EFHN is to help those who fall through the cracks, from youth to those who are ill, to those who are lonely, the elderly, those who need emergency services, a prison ministry, women re-entering after addiction. I really am very passionate about this fund for Episcopal Fund for Human Need, and I'm very worried because the funds are decreasing terribly and the need is as great as ever, if not greater.
The Episcopal Fund for Human Need helps a lot of people in this diocese. It's helped a lot of people in my own community of New Albany. There's a collect in the prayer book, the Collect for the Poor and Neglected, which asks us to remember the poor and neglected, because it would be easy for us, and is easy for us, to sometimes forget them. So this fund helps us to remember, not only remember them, but to do something constructive and positive to help. The fund also supplies grants to clergy in the diocese to help them replenish their discretionary funds, and clergy can make requests for those grants 3 times a year.
The great thing about the Episcopal Fund for Human Need is it allows us to do our job, and that is to be the hands and feet of Jesus Christ. You may not always see the person you're helping, but know that you're helping someone. Our agencies survive on a shoestring budget. The money that is being given through this fund is going right back out the door to help people every day that need your help. The current economic times are difficult for everyone. We all are stretched to the max on our budgets. We all have to pick and choose every day what our priorities are. By giving to the Episcopal Fund for Human Need, you know that that money is going to the people that need it the most, and it's helping right here in your own backyard.
PACE-OAR stands for Public Action Correctional Effort and Offender Aid and Restoration. They were originally 2 separate organizations, and we recently merged. We work with men and women who are newly released from the Indiana State Prison System and the Marion County Jail. We serve at a minimum 1,500 clients a year. Last year we served 3,500 clients, and we are located in Indianapolis, Indiana. The Episcopal Fund for Human Need is critical for PACE-OAR in that we are not funded by any tax dollars. Our existence is predicated solely upon the goodwill of people donating out of their own generosity, and in many cases out of what they actually don't have to give. So the services that we provide are funded completely by donation, and without those donations we can't function. It is important in being a Christian and following this ministry and working with the imprisoned and those who have been recently released from prison, in that it is actually calling from Christ. If we read Matthew 25 verse 44, we are called to visit those in prison. I would like to ask you to consider donating to the Episcopal Fund for Human Need. If you have concerns that that money will be wisely spent, or that you may never see a person whose life it actually touches, you're looking at a person right now. I did 10.5 years in prison. I got out, and without PACE-OAR, I would have never made it. I can assure you of that. It's because of PACE-OAR that I am who I am today. I'm a member of the board. I own and operate my own business. I have a wonderful family, a beautiful wife and a beautiful son. I live in a very nice home, and I'm blessed beyond anything I ever thought I ever deserved, and it's because of PACE. If you're not comfortable donating money, or you are in a financial position where you're not able to donate money, that's fine. What I'd really like to ask is that you would pray for us, because we're told that prayer is the most powerful weapon in the arsenal of God, and I know that prayer works, and I know that you know prayer works. The only way we can continue is by the generosity of people who donate to the Episcopal Fund for Human Need.
I'm from Patchwork Central, which is in Evansville, Indiana, and we serve the struggling neighborhoods that surround our building, and we have a real variety of programs that we offer to people. We have a food pantry for people who need food. We have a lot of after-school and summer children's programs that have a real emphasis on the arts. We also have a bicycle program that provides bicycles to homeless people and people of low income who need transportation. We also have space in our building for other organizations, including 2 clinics. One of them is an AIDS clinic and one works with Spanish speakers, and also a food co-op for people. And one of the main things that we do is hospitality. So people will come through the building. We've been an organization in the neighborhood for 30 years, and so they know that they can come in, get a cup of coffee. If they're trying to find assistance with other areas of their life, we might have a referral for them. They can use our phone, and so that's also a very important thing that we do. Please support the Episcopal Fund for Human Need, because it really makes a difference for Patchwork Central and other organizations that are really working to meet the needs of our neighborhoods. We're there and see people who have little, and we really do a lot to try to have a place that kids can come that's safe and happy, and where they will be challenged to do things. A place where adults know that they can come if they need something. It's a really important thing just to be present in a neighborhood and to be present with people.
The Shalom Community Center is located in Bloomington, Indiana in Monroe County, and we are a daytime resource center for people experiencing homelessness and poverty. We have approximately 200 people a day that we see that visit the Shalom Center for the various services that we provide. The Episcopal Fund for Human Need is a very important fund for the Shalom Community Center, so we can provide some of those financial assistance, things that people come to us for. We're able to pass those dollars on to our guests that are struggling to make ends meet. Recently, we had a family come to the Shalom Center that needed blankets and sleeping bags because they were just put out of their home and they were actually sleeping in their car. And it was just starting to get cold, and they needed something to, their children's teeth were chattering, they told me when they came in to get the blankets. So we were able to provide them with blankets. It's very important to me as a Christian to be working for an organization that basically helps people with no questions asked. People come into the center, we're a low barrier agency, and we assume when they come in and ask for help that they need the help. And I think that defines the Christian values, that Jesus would say, let's help those who need help without any questions asked. And I love that concept of what we do.
Please support the Episcopal Fund for Human Need. We need you. We have approximately 20 to 28 agencies every year who are funded after asking for funds from us with a small 4-page grant. It's your fund, it's our fund, it's this diocese's fund, and it's about helping people who fall through the cracks and need our help. Here in Indiana, all of our agencies are seeing increases in numbers coming for help and in funds they need to help them. Without your help, many of these people would have nowhere to turn. It's about bringing the love of Christ and the spirit of the gospel to those who are in trouble and in need. It's up to you. You are our lifeline.